Well, I think from the very beginning, it's critically important that you create a climate where students feel comfortable. I might have an activity where they create a name tag, and on that name tag they would put their first name and 5 things about themselves that I wouldn't know just by looking at them. So it might be about their family, their hobbies, their interests, their travels, if they've won the lottery, if they know somebody famous, and they list those 5 things. I then send out an invitation that they're all to arrive at my classroom in, say, 2 minutes wearing their name tag. And they typically all roll their eyes. They think this is going to be awful, and I tell them that's absolutely okay, that that's part of the game. And they have these charges. They have to meet someone and find out something about the other person. But here is the kick. They are not to talk to anybody. And that usually gives them a sense of relief. They think, okay, I can do this. And all they have to do is walk around, have eye contact, shake hands, look at the name, read the list, see if they have anything in common, and then move to the next person. Then I'll have a break, and I'll say, okay, did you find someone that you had something in common with? And then I'll have them pair with that person, and then they'll have a conversation. And typically before it's all over with, I'll either have them introduce that person to other people in the class, maybe in pairs, or we might do a sit down and you stand up and introduce that person. But I try to put it in the framework of, if you were attending a party, how would you meet another person? So by the time the class is over with, they've at least met one person that they know a name and they have something in common with. And I think that makes it much more comfortable for them to come the next time, and then they have something to talk about. Another party game that I sometimes put in a class is 2 truths and a lie. That one is where students will come up with 2 things that are true about themselves and 1 thing that is not true. And they will deliver those 3 items of information, and then the group has to figure out which one is the lie. And that's always kind of fun because some students have some pretty bizarre interests and experiences. They might say, I've met the Pope, I rode in the back seat with Stevie Nicks, and I play the accordion. And then you have to figure out which one's the lie.